The first Russian Navy ship to use the Panama Canal since World War II has passed through the famed waterway. The Admiral Chabanenko had been participating in military exercises with Venezuela before it entered the 80-kilometre canal, which connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. During the Cold War, the canal was off-limits to the Soviet Union. The warship is part of the first Russian Navy deployment in the Western Hemisphere since the Cold War. The Panama Canal was US territory until the end of 1999. Since then, it's been under the control of Panama, which allows the passage to be used by all countries.
For the first time in history, a Russian battleship has reached the coast of Panama. Passing through the Panama Canal that links the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans is a tough task that requires a lot of skill and knowledge of the local waters.
It's difficult because the widest part of the canal is 305 meters, while the minimum acceptable passway is 190 meters. So it's not easy to go through for the first time safely because of the tropical climate conditions and that it is an unfamiliar area, so the crew is ready to fulfill such a task.
To make sure that everything goes nice and smooth, a group of local inspectors board the Russian military ship. And despite that they even learned several Russian phrases, they seem very impressed with what they saw. What are your impressions so far about a Russian battleship that you've seen here?
It looks pretty nice,
This visit of the Russian Navy is all part of a 2.5-month voyage of the Northern Fleet. The main highlight of this trip was the combined maneuvers with Venezuela earlier this week. Over a dozen ships took part in these exercises, together with the Russian nuclear missile cruiser Peter the Great. And it's possible that Russian ships could become often guests in these parts of the world.
We've got the result we wanted. Once again, I would like to highlight that it's a scheduled stage of our trip. We're going to achieve the set goals, work hard on the battle skills, and as a team in these weather conditions.
The work of the crew continued throughout the voyage, and the stormy weather did not put off even the Russian pilots, who conducted their flights and trainings on regular basis.
The most difficult part is to land on board a ship in the stormy weather. The deck of the ship is moving on waves. Also, it's affected by roll and pitch. It's a flat-bottom ship, so its deck has a tendency to move in a figure of 8 on the waves.
But surely the most memorable moment for everyone was the historic way through the Panama Canal. Despite the fact that it happened during the night, the entire crew stood on the deck with their eyes wide open. And the locals also tried not to miss their chance. The Panama Canal is just over 80 kilometers long, but it takes almost 8 hours to cross it. This is mostly because of the high traffic that could be seen in its waters. Ever since the first ship has crossed this channel almost 100 years ago, this traffic has never stopped. And now, it's turn of Admiral Chabanenko to write its name into the history books. Mikhail Lebedev, RT, on board of Admiral Chabanenko.